Hello footies and welcome back to Foot in Review powered by footcoaching.com. Today we are recording episode 534. It is June the 26th. It's a beautiful summer Monday and we're still shape-shifting away. Although quite honestly, it's not my favorite promo, but everyone knows that by now. It has been a whopping 5 days since I did a recording with Chris and he's back. And before or after actually I introduce Chris, we're going to introduce a special guest today. Chris, how are you doing, my friend?
I am very good, mate. And by the way, if we have anybody looking to sponsor, especially from the shampoo business, you should see John's hair. It is tremendous. I don't know where this is coming 5 days, John. You did not have that haircut 5 days ago. You know what I mean? Those golden locks. Wow, the sun must be really buzzing down there in Holland.
This is pure grey, mate. I can't help it.
So anybody out there who maybe sponsors Head and Shoulders, if you're out there, you're more than welcome to come sponsor the Foot and Review podcast. That man's hair is tremendous.
Yeah, thank you very much for that, though. I'll get a haircut first thing in the morning. But hey, I should have worn a hat. Talking about hats, actually, or I want to introduce someone. I want to introduce someone known as AnnaFut7, I presume, on Twitch. She's streaming. How are you doing, Anna? Welcome on the show.
I'm doing very good. Thank you so much for having us. And the bucket hat has made an appearance.
Yeah, well, your hair does look much better than mine, though, so maybe I should wear one as well.
I'll send one over you, don't worry.
I appreciate that. I'll send you a foot review cap. You send me a Newcastle bucket hat. I'll do that.
Deal.
Perfect.
I'm very excited to share all my football knowledge and my journey so far in the crazy 11 weeks it's only been now. And a lot has occurred.
It's been a crazy 11 weeks. I'll talk about it shortly. But for people that don't know you, because hey, it's just been 11 weeks, can you quickly introduce yourself?
My name is AnnaFut7. I am 24 years of age. Only just started content creating after qualifying for my first LAN event back in April. And everything's kind of went a little bit crazy. And we're going to keep pushing and see where we go. See if we can hit some more 20-0s on champs.
Brilliant. And you're definitely not from Scotland by the sound of it.
No, Geordie through and through.
Perfect. Chris, that's not the first one we've had on the show, though.
No, we have Aaron. He'll be delighted. Aaron's a Geordie as well. But I mean, to be fair, the Scots and Geordies are very much alike. We love our football and we love the occasional drink now and again on a night out on a Saturday.
No better.
That's perfect. 11 weeks. Yeah, well, talk about shapeshifting. What a story that's been.
To say the least.
Let's start with first thing. How long have you been playing FIFA?
So this is only my second season really of playing FIFA. So I haven't really been playing too long. I've only been playing, I'd say, competitively since qualifying in April for this tournament. So that's what, April, May, June, 3 months roughly. So a very short time period.
3 months. The first time I've heard of you is when I think, might be Chris actually, or Ingvi sent me a message like, hey, is this someone you've scouted or somewhere in your team getting 20-0? I was like, I don't know, but that's pretty cool actually. That was your first 20-0?
Yeah, and it was on stream on a Sunday night. Never expected it. I think 18 was my best record. And it just somehow went really, really well. And that brought a lot of attention. Everyone sort of realised, all right, okay, this random girl from Newcastle's actually half decent. And I think everything kind of started having a little snowball effect, going quite nicely since then. And we've managed to hit 2 more rank 1s since then on the Road to Glory account, which only started at Community Team of the Season.
Yeah, can you imagine? I also saw 91 rank 1 coming past. Yeah. Just losing in the last one, I think.
Yeah, that was last weekend. And it was very upsetting because I threw the ball away from Donnarumma in the 85th minute, I think, 86th minute. He just wrong mechanics, threw it to his player instead of my defender. It was a very heartbreaking moment, to say the least.
Wow, if that's the worst heartbreak moment you get in FIFA, I think you'll be all right so far.
Donnarumma did get quickly sold after that.
Oh, I can definitely imagine. You should join us on the tournaments. The Crete event had a tournament. I think there was a lot of drama there. You're smiling while telling about the drama. We have players almost jumping in the pool there, though. So
It got very competitive, to be fair. I mean, 11 weeks, and I'm happy with 11 wins. I've been playing FIFA since the game originated way back when, so I think I may need to retire, John, after hearing that. 11 weeks? My goodness, that's brilliant.
Nah, man. Stranger things has happened. You've got it. Just watch the little tips, get the metas in, you'll be fine, man. No stress.
Yeah, check out footcoaching.com while you're at it, and you'll be fine. And how come you probably like FIFA? How just a couple of seasons in, what made you pick up a controller and say, you know what, this football game looks like fun. Let's put on a stream and let's go at it. Oh, where did that come from?
So, this is going to sound so bizarre. I've got an older brother. He's only 2 years older than us. And forever growing up, I just wanted to copy him. So I was watching WWE. I was one of those stereotypical tomboy children. I just wanted everything he had. So he would play like SmackDown versus Raw. I would want to play. He would play FIFA Street. I wanted to play FIFA Street, but not massively. I just wanted to kind of be like him and to follow what he was doing. So I've always kind of played FIFA since I was younger. I remember I used to play with my dad and he'd let us win and then he'd beat us and I'd cry. And ever since then, there's always been like the little bits, but it was just playing drafts and messing around. I'd never really had my own account until last FIFA. That's when I kind of thought, all right, okay, like I'll get my own Xbox. I was playing on my boyfriend's. I was like, I'll have my own. He gave us his old Xbox and then started playing a bit more and then got a little bit obsessed and spent too many FIFA points. And here we are a year and a half later. So it's all paid off, really.
Does your brother still play FIFA with you now?
Yes, now and then. Not as much because he works a lot more at weekends and things like that. But whenever we've got free time, we do play the odd game, but his connection's awful. So doesn't really help when we're trying to play competitive games against each other. But whenever we'll both go to like my parents, he'll take his Xbox and we'll have a game there. And it's kind of like now this big heated like sibling derby. It's a good laugh until he scores a goal and I lose my temper. But it's all family banter. It's fine.
We got a lot of sending questions, though. We'll put them out throughout the show. Chris, you have some burning questions, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, we've seen you on the Twitter and then we've seen you in the LAN event. What was that like? It looked amazing. I watched the stream of it. I mean, it looked a super event.
Unbelievable is probably the only way I can describe it. Mentally, I really, really struggled. Nobody kind of prepares you for that, no matter how much coaching you get. That mental strength that it takes completely took me off guard, being down in London, unaware of what anything was going to be like. And that kind of threw us a bit, but getting the chance to meet everybody and having that opportunity and be on FIFA A's Twitch was just like so surreal. And everybody was so lovely and so supportive, and hopefully more to come.
Oh, I'm sure it will be. I mean, I was on your stream last night and it's a different game you play to what I'm used to watching. As I said to you, my eyes could not keep up with the speed that you move that ball. It was tremendous. And the fact that you were talking to us and telling people what you were doing as you were doing it and then chatting to the chat as well, I mean, it was absolutely awesome. I'm sure there's a lot more to come from you from that point of view.
Oh, thank you very much.
No, definitely. I mean, was it just that it seemed like quite intense? I mean, I've watched a few events but this one seemed super intense. This one, there wasn't a lot of conversation going on between the competitors. It was very quiet. Was that what, as you say, kind of threw you a little bit? Did you expect it to be a little bit noisier, or?
It was strange because I think it was these 8 consoles in one room. But everybody was so separate in their own little world, trying to focus and concentrate. And I think because it was such a global tournament, so you had UK top players, you had German top players, France, Brazil. Everyone kind of wanted to do it for their country. So nobody, like there was no hard feelings, but nobody wanted to like get in each other's head. Everyone kind of just wanted to do their own thing and get in their routines. Everyone will have certain rituals that they do before games. So everyone's like so focused and driven to do the best they can, and then afterwards we all went out and had a drink, and it was like so different. It was brilliant.
Absolutely amazing. I mean, as I say, I'm sure there's a lot more to come, and I cannot wait to watch you in more tournaments, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
In the pipeline.
It's very different from the Dutch settings, though, because when we played EDVZ, it's a whole different setting. We all know each other. It's like we come together every week. coaches, staff, players, doesn't matter. So like, hey, how are you doing? Just talk about weekends we had. And then, oh yeah, we need to play in 2 minutes. Okay, let's talk. It's a whole different setting, which is the first time I went to an international tournament, I was like, hey, this does feel a little bit more tense than where we used to.
Not as laid back.
I have to ask though, Anna, what's with your hat?
So I went to Wembley for the Newcastle Man U final, and I was kind of known a little bit on Twitter, but not much. And I tweeted saying, should I, for a laugh, wear a bucket hat to Wembley? And I did like a poll, and like 80% of people said yes. So I went, all right, okay, like I'm going to Wembley on my own. Can't be much worse than wearing a bucket hat as well. So this is actually the bucket hat that I wore to Wembley back in February when I travelled down on my own. So it's just stuck since then, and it's kind of carried through like the community I've been building up the bucket hats, and I don't know, it just makes us a little bit more niche and not just this everyday female streamer playing FIFA.
We also have a lot of sent in questions, Anna, so I'll just pick up some random questions if that's okay. We already answered. Well, this is actually a good one. How did the idea of starting Twitch come about? Asked Rami. And did you think of starting it sooner than when you did, or was the timing perfect for you?
So I spoke to a couple of people last August about debating getting into streaming, but I was a bit hesitant of how it would work due to like work commitments and things. So I never pushed for it. I thought I'll just kind of dabble in the community a bit. And then once I did the LAN event, I had a couple of people contact us, like once I qualified, saying you should stream, like it'll work really well, people are interested in seeing how you play, because nobody had heard of me qualifying because I don't stream. I was completely unknown, so I thought, you know what, I've got nothing to lose. I'll put like invest a little bit into it, see how it goes. If it starts picking up, I'll invest more and more. And the holding off actually helped, because I stopped FIFA in about December. I didn't play until the February because I just kind of lost interest and everything. Like there was so many issues and bits and bobs, so it was actually really beneficial and worked out well.
So Anna, I don't know if you actually have experienced this yet, because you've only been streaming for 11 weeks now, and it's been a very smooth ride and everything going on there. But as a full-time food content creator / coaching business thing in food myself, this is a time where I'm usually like, oh, it's been a lot. Seen thousands of matches, been to tournaments, seen so much. It's getting a little bit, I need a little break. I can't even watch football on television anymore this stage of the year. Is it something you've been experiencing already, or is it so fresh that you're not actually going there yet?
To be honest, I wasn't one of those last year that kind of lose interest at this part of FIFA when a lot of people do. I really look forward to the big repeatable 85x10, and I'm a huge lover of gamble SPCs. Can't really help myself. So this is probably a bit more better suited, where you can try all the big meta players, and a lot of people do die off, but it gives you a chance to put in these crazy players into an SPC, hoping you're going to get like that 1% chance that you're going to get someone better. So even though it might be less gameplay, I do a lot more of the objectives and SPCs kind of it, and then drafts just go a bit crazy, so you can hammer drafts. So it's a different approach, probably a more relaxed approach, but I wouldn't say I'm bored. I'm just taking a different angle to how I'm playing FIFA.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely fair. I'm just like in my situation, I'm like, yeah, I'm actually not playing that much anymore. 1-2 games a day perhaps, but then again, I'm not a streamer, so I totally get where you're coming from as well.
I was going to just add there, John, actually I was on Anna's stream, and it's a really fun stream. She seems to have a really great community as well, a lot of fun people in there. I was just wondering how you taught yourself from being able to play, chat, to the chat as well, and do other things that go on with streaming. It just seems mind-blowing for me that you can manage to do that in such a short space of time.
I don't really know, to be honest. I think I'm always really distracted by my phone anyway. So even before I streamed and I was, say, playing my weekend league, I'd have like either the family group chat open or a group chat with my friends, and I'd still be responding in that. So I'm always kind of flitting my attention between different things, which sometimes has a negative impact, because if I look away for the wrong second, which I do a lot in Twitch, I'll concede like a corner because I hasn't realised it's gone out of play, little things like that. But I try not to let it get to us, because it's my own fault for being nosy, to be honest.
And as I say, you seem to have a really good community there as well. I mean, you seem a good bunch of guys and girls there.
Oh, brilliant. A lot of phenomenal people. Considering I've never actually met a lot of them other than like Lisa, the other pro player, how quickly it's happened, and I've grew these relationships and bonds with these people. Like Jacob is a phenomenal mod. As much as he rinses us, he has helped me so much. He helped set up my Discord, he's helped us with Twitch, helped us with all my tech issues. Like, he's brilliant, and it's someone that I might never meet in my life, but I will always respect on a huge level. But don't tell him I said that, because he'll hold it over us.
Oh, well, he's listening. He's listening in our chat, so I'm sure he'll be rinsing you again for that one.
Yeah, got to say some nice things sometimes.
Definitely.
Because I do really appreciate the people in the community. Like, I could shout out a lot of them. Irishman, there he is. I can see him. The man always giving us content at the weekend. Like, I can't honestly thank them enough.
Brilliant. He was on the stream. He was a big part of this chat last night, Irishman, as well. I heard him getting shouted at a few times in that as well. One thing I was going to ask you, and I'm sorry, John, I'm kind of hogging this a little bit, was for female gamers, I'd class you as a bit of an inspiration as well, your story, etc. And does FIFA and EA, or even the community, do enough to allow female gamers to come into the atmosphere here?
I definitely think it's getting better from what I've observed, like even before I streamed. There's obviously still a huge stigma about women can't play and the sexism, but to be honest, I don't think that'll ever go away. I think EA are really trying, and hats off to them with the Fame Her Game and adding women next year, but I don't think you can ever get away from the male and female split. Even in football, in real life, there's always going to be that split, and there's always going to be that stigma for many years, regardless of how much people try. I think it's just one of those things where people are set in the ways, and you've got to take it on the chin and do your bit and just try and help the younger generation coming up to understand that gender does not make a difference in what you do.
And if you know, I mean, John and I, we've both got daughters, and if they wanted to get into streaming and gaming, what kind of advice would you give them?
Take everything with a pinch of salt is probably the best thing. Don't listen to anything that a lot of the negativity says about you, especially TikTok. I would say is the worst social media for negativity. You've kind of got to look at it and put a positive spin on it, that any interactions are good interactions, because you will get this, like, you will get abuse and little negative comments, nasty comments, but it's all part of putting yourself in that public eye. Just don't think of it as like they're not targeting it at you, they're just targeting it to get a reaction from somebody. It's not going to mean anything. Just look at it and laugh and go, oh well, they've had a good Tuesday night commenting this on my post. Mint. Like, I'm a sensitive person, so if I can do it, anybody can do it.
No, it's not easy though. We spoke about with James Tolendo last week when he was on the show as well, and he gets a lot of hate. And he said he was having a long period of where he really took that on himself, the message he got, and that put a lot of pressure on him. And I can imagine that. I really admire your attitude with that. But do you have like anyone near to help with that or talk about it, or is it just comes natural of you to let it slide off?
My boyfriend usually, so boyfriend or the people I'm really close to at work will sometimes go through the comments and like kind of offload them and laugh about them, so you're not just getting overwhelmed by reading them all late at night and upsetting yourself. Just laughing with other people who are just saying, nah, look at this, they're being stupid. Like, having another input from somebody close to kind of keep that positive mentality is definitely helpful.
That's super smart. Though,
I think we'll give Irish the last comment. He says that you are better than every single person who gives you hate comments. They're just jealous. And I think I would agree with him. You know what I mean? I think we should admire how good you are at the game and give you positive vibes, to be honest with you.
Oh, thank you very much.
We will be having the Belgium esports division on the podcast soon as well, because we've been working with them last year. And foot coaching, and they also decide, well, not decide, we find when we look at data, when we look at statistics, there's literally no difference between a good female player and a good male player. Like in the data, the stats we see, there's no difference. So I would love to make it a priority to get a good female player up to the World Championship and FIFA. Because if I look at the current stage, it's all Dutchies this week that came through the last one, and it's all male. There needs to be more female players there, because there's no reason there shouldn't be. Sorry. So applaud you, Anna, for performing well, but also keeping your head cool while doing this, because I don't look at my own DM sometimes. For me, it's not even always easy, and I've been doing this for a while. Some else questions, Chris. Joshy Boy asks, what's your top 3 fun attackers for attack, midfield, and defense? I think it means top 3 players, probably. Just name 3 players in total in FIFA 23.
Oh, Petr Cech's new card.
You can't say Mbappe.
Nah, I'm more original than that, don't worry.
Petr
Cech's striker is unbelievable. I thought it was going to be a joke, but he is amazing, especially for his price. He's probably number 1 at the moment. Number 2, can't pronounce his name, so I don't know why I'm putting myself through this, but Victor Osimhen. I always pronounce it wrong. So I just call him, I call him Victor in stream. And I'm trying to think of someone in a different position, like a centre mid. Renato Sanchez, I think, carries my midfield. He's phenomenal and a little bit away from your usual Dinos and Hullets.
Where do you play Osimhen then? I seen him on stream last night. Do you play him up top, or do you play him behind Petr Cech?
If you say goalkeeper, I'm out though. I'm just putting it back.
So I don't have them both on the same account. So I've got Victor on my Road to Glory, and he plays out and out striker, and I've got Petr Cech as my out and out striker on my main account. But I do have Team of the Season Messi on both accounts first owner. Just going to slip that in there.
Nice. I've seen the Renato Sanchez card as well. I mean, that looks a really good card. So, I mean, what do you play in defence then? Who do you normally play at your centre backs then as well?
Ruben Dias, I think, is my favourite. Ruben Dias, Team of the Season, is my favourite centre back. He's in both teams. Smalling's Team of the Season on my Road to Glory is brilliant. Can't take him out. Who else have I got? The new Togo Ekambi, shapeshifter, has surprised us at left back. He's very, very good. And Cafu will always be the best right back that I've used.
I've seen Cafu respond to some of the comments this weekend on his cards. I think everyone thinks he's the best fullback as well.
Yes, 100% agree.
So no Toon Army players then in your team. I mean, surely would you not like to see a decent Shearer?
I got 3 Newcastle players in my team. That's weird though, right? Even I have.
You know what? On my stream I can't remember if it was Saturday or Sunday, I did just a full icon team for qualifiers, and I had the foot birthday Shearer up front, and I played a game and I said, look, this full game I'm just scoring with Shearer, and I think I won 8-1 in the end, and it made us love Shearer again that I nearly put him back in. But I think just following the meta and staying with the curve, other than maybe foot moments, St. Max, there's not many at the moment, possibly Bruno J, but the rest just fall a little bit behind the curve.
Nah, that's fair. I even say Maxim never got on with that card, unfortunately. I still have him on the bench because it was too expensive to sell. It's a quick sell. It's one of those cards where like, oh, this looks good. Talk a whole podcast about it, get him in your team. 1 weekend later, you're like, yeah, well, that wasn't it though, unfortunately. But that's how this works as well, of course. Going up to the new season, EAFC, what are your targets for EAFC 24?
Obviously, you don't really know what to expect or what's coming, but I'd love to compete more in major tournaments, sign some new contracts, and just be, it sounds daft saying be better, but just improve myself and get myself to the top spots, even though I've only been doing it a short amount of time, just be able to show my skills on a higher level than what I'm currently doing.
Do you have a plan in order for that? You don't have to tell us, of course, what that plan is, but you can if you want.
There is things in motion that aren't sorted. So upcoming, there could be a couple of things being announced, which will be very beneficial for myself and hopefully being able to qualify for some of the bigger tournaments. Hopefully for A-Prem this year, because I missed out by, I think it was 1 win, which was a little bit upsetting. So hopefully, I think that'll be my first target. It will be A-Prem.
Going for Newcastle spot there then?
100%. Even though a lot of people go for the less competitive teams, I will be going for the Newcastle Champions League. Bucket hat will be on. We will be getting it. Feeling confident.
Awesome. If we go for Newcastle, though, I might have to send a coach. Work with the university, with college there. We have to go there anyway. We have a coach in Newcastle. Might have to get you that spot going then. And now since Ryan ain't competing, we can actually help there as well. Also, before we continue this podcast, of course, I want to go and say thank you for everyone that submitted a 5-star review on Spotify, Apple Podcast, dropped us a like on YouTube, shared everything. Of course, that is very much appreciated. And I forgot about the new tagline, which is we are the #1 independent FIFA podcast out there currently. And the way I can't forget it is because someone wrote in a review. So all the way from Australia, we got a review by S. Don't know who that is, but he says, absolutely phenomenal and professional. Simply an amazing podcast about foot, which talks about the game objectively with no biases. Quite simply the best independent foot-related podcast out there. Don't sleep on this one. Well, thank you so much for that review. Thank you very much, S, all the way from Australia. But I guess that doesn't matter. Although, one thing I have to say while we're recording this, Anna, again, not trying to insult Newcastle, but the times we recorded with an Australian guest, the internet has been better than all the way from Newcastle.
You're not learning, John. You need to stop saying those things.
No, I need to put it out there because something has to be done there. I can't blame it on the people in Newcastle, though.
You just tell BT to get it sorted. That's fine.
Jacob says in chat, well, I can fix anything, but I'm not that great.
Pretty true, to be fair.
So there's that. But go check it out, foodandreview.com, and of course, leave us those 5-star reviews. Also, Chris, we spoke about a special announcement past Thursday where we announced that we're going back to Crete in May 24 for our big community event.
Yes, we certainly
Have you checked the numbers now already?
Yes, they are going through the roof. So if anybody's interested, you're listening out there, you're thinking, I really would like to join. As we said, if you come and join the Discord, sign up for a year, that'll put you in one of the priority spots. So the numbers are going fast, John, aren't they? I mean, it was quite amazing actually looking at every time you put a post, they put the number and you had to go and re-correct it again because everybody kept adding. So a big thank you to everyone who's going to come join us. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. So if you're thinking about it, please come join the Discord.
Definitely. So check it out. It's the episode where we announced this episode 532. It's also called Bonus Show. And the deal was that we are going to the Avamar Hotel again in Crete. We are doing our 5-day event there. So not Edinburgh next year, Chris, again, but the weather is much better in Crete, to be honest. We'll be taking care of the rooms. We'll be taking care of breakfast. All you have to do is book a flight, make sure you're a Patreon subscriber, and join us there. But with already 30 confirmed spots after 2 days of announcement, Chris,
not many left.
There might not be enough space left.
No, there's not many left. That's for sure. And it was great. The event was great. The pictures are good. As I say, we will have to lose. Well, certainly me. I'll certainly have to lose a bit of weight next year because some of those pictures, I don't know what kind of. I think it was a wide camera lens they used on that one. Unbelievable.
Well, I did brief the photographer, but that didn't help, honestly. For me neither.
Put a filter on it, please.
So I'm working with a personal trainer now, and he says everything's going to be all right if I still have until May next year.
Good stuff, mate.
Perfect. So there we are. Anna, what is your favorite formation in foot?
Oh, at the moment, I've got to say the 4-3-2-1.
Oh, I can go with that, definitely. There's no bias from me there anyways. I agree 100%. It's always been the most stable formation and also my favorite still this year. So no. Well, I can't really say anything bad from there as well. Is there anything you want to say to promote yourself? We are, of course, putting all the links in the description. But if you can name one thing which people will check out right after the show, because you can only name one thing because more it's hard to remember, what would it be?
Go and check out my most recent TikTok that I literally just posted, because it is me being very stupid on stream and not checking the back of my pack for a shapeshifter. And it was a very big win.
Awesome. We'll definitely check it out, and we'll put a link into the description of the show, of course. Are you ready, Anna, for the 10 weird questions from our top 250 list?
I am ready.
I've got my pen ready. John, because you only get 10. You got to watch him, man. He's very sneaky. He slipped a couple of extra ones in there. So you just tell him, when we hit the 10, that's it, done.
Yeah, last time I ended on 13, and then 13, someone said that was 10, I think. So here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
You can't think too long. Just shout. Just go. Okay.
Okay.
Let's start easy. What's your favorite smell?
Yankee candles.
Right. Why do you think it is that round pizzas come in square boxes?
People are stupid.
This one is a good one. In your opinion, how long can my hair grow?
Very, very long.
What is the silliest thing you've ever seen a stranger do in public?
Oh, pick the nose and eat it. I don't know if I can say that.
You can. That will always be strange. No, man. If you could remove one color in the whole world, which color would it be?
Purple.
Purple. That's not maroon, Chris. So that's
no,
safe.
You're fine with that, John. You're safe.
Whew, that's an inside joke, which I don't know how far I've gone.
You've got 5. You've done 5. You've got halfway
done 5.
there. You've done 5. You're halfway there.
All right. Do mermaids have live babies, or do they lay eggs?
Eggs.
Told you these were crazy questions.
Crazy ones.
Have you accidentally ever glued your hands together when doing a craft project?
Yes, quite often. Also stapled my own finger because I didn't think it would work.
Maybe that's the clue, though, 'cause that happens in all the superhero movies. You get injured, you get hurt by something, and then suddenly you have superpowers. So maybe your superpower is now FIFA because you hurt your finger. Could be. No, don't ask this one. What do you think the first person to ever milk a cow was actually trying to do?
Don't really know how to answer that one.
That's all right. That's a good answer, though. I spent years developing this list. So, do you think penguins have knees?
Yes, somewhere.
Last question, John. Last question.
Last question.
Got to say, make it a good one, but some of them have been belters, so maybe no.
What shall we do? Oh, yeah. What's the strangest Amazon purchase you've ever made?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe bucket hat holders, which I've just bought.
Bucket hat holders.
Bucket
You
hat
see that on camera.
Jacob had also said bucket hats in the chat, which is also true.
Good one. Shall we do the last one? What's your first ever screen name? AnnaFut1.
I think it was AnnaFut. I honestly don't know.
All right. We will have it there, though. Thank you so much for being here, Anna. I hope someday you will join again after winning the E-Prem, after winning the E-Champions League, after just winning it all, but mostly winning in life because you're already well aware of doing that. So welcome there. Chris, Any closing words from your side, mate?
No, I just want to thank Anna so much for being on. We have been desperate to get her on since we first seen her on Twitter, and I hope she's going to come back again because it's been absolutely great fun.
Definitely. Thank you so much. I just want to say a huge thank you for the opportunity, and hopefully many more podcasts in the future. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much. That leaves us with just one thing left to do, and that is to drop it.
Drop it.
Drop it.
F-U-T. F-U-T. F-F-F-U-T. F-U-T. T. In the view. F-U-T.